Let's get mobilized. All right, so today we're focusing on rotational aspect of mobilization. So sometimes we're going to be stabilizing through our torso, and other times we're going to be mobilizing, moving all different directions. So we're going to be mixing it up, twisting, turning, working through it. All right, ready? Let's mobilize. All right, let's get started with a tree in the wind. So I like to do a nice wide staggered stance for this one. Knees are slightly bent. So my left foot is forward, right foot is back. So if it's sideways, I'm pretty far apart on this one, okay? We're not in a full lunge, but we're pretty far apart, both forward and sideways. We're creating a distance. All right, we're gonna take our hands up above our head. Nice bent arms, right? Just slight bend. Just want to make sure that we can move, okay? Now that we have this, all we're going to do is we're going to move through the torso, okay? And I want you, once you get the hang of what's going on, I want you to close your eyes and feel into it, okay? So I want you to feel what's happening in your body as we just do rotations, moving in different directions, flowing, falling over sometimes when we go too far. This is why we have the stagger. It's supposed to support us and stabilize us. And we're just going to move in different directions. So we're opening up the hips, we're opening up the abdominals, we're reaching through. Those hands are very intentional, reaching all different directions, reaching through, feeling what's going on as we rotate side to side, rotate left to right, up and back, hitting all the different directions. Breathing through it. Don't be afraid to bend at your hips. Moving through the movement. Awesome. Let's do the other side. All right. Let's get into this right side. Hands are back up. Right foot is forward, left foot is back. We are staggered. And now we're going to go into the same type of movement. Now you have an idea of what we should be doing. This is a good time to close your eyes and feel through the movement. Reaching in all different directions. Breathing through the movement. When we close our eyes, we also make balance a little bit harder because we're taking away one of our senses. So we're also working on our balance essentially while we move through this. If there's an area that feels tighter than others, you can hold that movement. I don't know if you can hear all my joints cracking. It's like pop, 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 pop. Good morning. Just moving the torso, opening up those ribs, allowing it to move. We stabilize them so much that sometimes it's just nice to let them go, let them move, let them flow. All right, good job. Woo! I love that one. Let's keep going. All right, I want you to grab a wall, something to hold on to. I am using my equalizer because I need to stay in the screen, and it's a lot easier for me to see you versus up against the wall for this one, okay? So we're gonna start with our right leg, which is the leg that's furthest away from the wall or the apparatus that you're holding on to for balance. From here, we're gonna go into a leg swing. So in the leg swing, we're gonna mimic almost that running stance of coming back, forward, and back, forward, and back, okay? So this is the controlled version. What if I let that go? What if I just let it flow? And nice kick, using momentum, keeping my chest stabilized, stabilizing from the core all the way up so that I'm only moving from this hip, okay? So we're just letting it swing, right? Whee! Letting it go forwards and backwards, reaching through, okay? I'm holding on so I don't have to focus on balance as much so that I can move. There is going to be a slight move within your hips as you come back and forth. That's okay. But I just don't want you to come in all the way. This is a lot different from this. Keeping that chest up, moving through. Okay? Let's do the other side. All right, setting ourselves up. Now left leg is moving, right side is stabilizing. It's closest to the wall or apparatus we're holding on to. From here, we're gonna come forward and we're gonna bring it back. Forward, this is our little bit of a warm up, reaching before we just let it fly. All right, let it fly, swing. And notice how arm forward as the leg comes back. So we're going opposite, 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 opposite. That is that running, walking stance, okay? Helps to balance the body out and stabilize as your movement. Reaching through, keeping that chest up, okay? Trying not to let it come forward on that backwards motion. You gotta squeeze your butt. Heart rate's pumping. And release. Awesome, good job. Let's hit the floor. Alrighty, we're on the floor now. Let's go into our 90-90. Let's put that left leg forward first and the right leg back, okay? Now you're very familiar with our 90-90s now. Now we're professionals, right? Right? All right. All right, so we're gonna start with what we were doing as a transition move in previous sessions, and we're gonna turn that into an actual lovely mobility move on its own, okay? So from here, we're gonna take our back leg, now that we're nice and balanced, we're gonna take our back leg and we're gonna bring it nice and forward, and then we're just going to put it back, okay? So in this, when you bring it back, I want you to sit nice and tall, but when you bring it back, I want you to lean nice and forward for a second, and then you're going to bring it forward, bring it back, lean forward. Notice I'm putting my hand down, right? I'm not losing any of it on the way back to put my hands down, forward, okay? And then to make it even more mobile, we pick up the pace, okay? So we're bringing it forward and back, forward and back. So we're working core, we're working hip mobilization, and we're getting a nice little stretch in our left glute, right? Give me one more here after this. Last one. And back. Woo! Good. Okay? Let's stay in this position for the next one. Okay? Then we'll do the other side. So, I want you to bring your left hand, left knee's here, left hand is back. Okay? Left knee is going to be forward, left hand is back. And we're going to go into a bit of a hip lift. Okay? So let's do the hip lift first. So in the hip lift, you're going to let both your hips, in the hip lift, you're going to lift your butt off the ground by pressing into your hand and your knees, okay? And then we're just going to add a rotation with this, okay? So we're going to come forward and rotate. When we get back here, we're going to lift our hips, reach forward and take it around. Taking it forward and circling through. So this is a different kind of rotation, right? So we're rotating through our upper back into our chest. It's getting a nice little rotation. Okay. Make sure that hand is right underneath your shoulder. If it's too far out, that puts a lot of pressure on your shoulder. Keep it right underneath you. Okay. Reach through, and allows you to lift just a little higher and get a nice stretch in the front of your thighs and your hips. Awesome. Give me one more here. Reach through. Beautiful. Let's switch. So we're going to bring that back leg, switch, and bring the right leg back. Awesome. I got to readjust anyways. I'm all about the transitions, but adjust yourself accordingly. Okay. So let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to start with bringing that leg from the back to the front. So let's bring that leg forward and let's put it back. Okay. Bring it forward and bring it back. Okay. Let's add that stretch in there already. Okay. Forward and back. Forward and back. All right, focusing on that foot, forward, foot, back. Awesome. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Forward and back. Forward and back. Reaching through, reaching back. Up and awesome. Keep it going. You got this. One more here and back. Awesome. Okay. Let's take that right hand now, because this is our right leg forward. We're going to take that right hand back a little bit behind us, but making sure it is supported. So our hand and wrist are right directly underneath our shoulder. So then when we lift up, we have full support, okay, with our rotations. So we're going to reach forward, reach up and around and back. Reach forward, reach up and around and back. This is just a tiny little rotation. If you actually want to make this harder, going down on your elbow actually makes it harder, okay? But we are just feeling it out, getting a nice warm up, mobilizing everything, getting ready for the stretch. And last one. Beautiful. Okay, just a slight little lift, very, very tiny. Awesome. Okay, let's go into one more mobilization. Let's come back to our left side. Okay, still in that 90-90. So now we're going to come into a mermaid stretch. Okay, so kind of like the bridge between stretch and mobility for this one, because it does a little bit of both. Okay, so in our mermaid, when we're up here, we're going to start with a reach. So left leg is forward, right leg is back. I'm going to take my left hand and reach it all the way up and over at the side. Okay, and take a breath here. From here, I'm going to release my right hand, take my left hand a little bit far away from me, okay, so that I'm at an angle, and then slowly let my elbow come to the ground as my right arm comes up, and as I come over, I'm going to rotate my body down towards the ground into a reach. From here, I'm going to turn back sideways, pushing off my hand a little bit, and then once my elbow's off the ground, I'm going to use my side obliques, my side abs, to lift myself all the way up, and now we're back in that first position, right? Let's go again. Reach all the way through with that left hand. Right hand comes up, left hand to the floor, left elbow to the floor, right reaches over, twists down, rotates towards the floor for that nice stretch, reaching far, 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 far. And then we're going to rotate over to the side. Elbow from the left comes up, using our abdominals, trying not to push off that hand, and reaching all the way through. Take a breath. Reaching all the way up, all the way through, reaching away, coming down, rotate. Turning up, elbow, abs, and reach through. Beautiful. Awesome. Let's switch sides. So, open, open, open. I know we didn't do it on the other side, but it's fine. That part's optional. All right, I'm going to scooch this way so I don't come off my mat. All right, let's start. Hand is on my left side, and then my right arm is going to come up, reaching all the way over. Let's take a breath here. Awesome. Let's reach that right hand all the way down as the left hand comes up. Reach down, elbow on the right hand comes down, reach over with the left, turn towards the ground, and reach all the way through into that stretch. Then we're going to turn up towards the ceiling with that left, push off our elbow. Once we're here, use our abdominals to rotate up and over and reach. Let's go again, reaching all the way through, both hands ticking like hands on a clock. Reach that right hand down to the elbow, reach over, twist down towards the ground. Inhale and exhale. Turning up, reaching all the way up, elbow comes up, using those abdominals, reach all the way through. One more time. Let's go, reaching all the way over, hand down, reach, rotate down towards the ground, twist, and reach, abs, and reach through. Whew, love it. That's one of my faves. I say that a lot. Maybe I just like stretching. Awesome. Speaking of stretching, let's get stretched. All right, let's get stretched. So we're going to be on the floor. I have brought in my trusty bolster as an option to sit on. So this would be a good time to have a bolster or a pillow to sit on when we're working on our feet. Okay, so we're working on our feet, hands, toes, fingers, all the things that we use every single day, but we don't necessarily take the best care of. Okay, so let's start with our feet. So I like the position of one leg straight. Okay, so I have my left leg straight. I'm going to cross my right leg over for support here. Okay, in this support, we're going to have a little conversation with our feet. I'm going to take all my fingers and interlock them in between each of my toes. Okay, it's tight in there, huh? And there's going to be some that are tighter than others. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to get in there to the best that you can. Once you're in there, you're going to let your foot not rest on your leg, but more like your ankle is, so that you can rotate. So we're just going to sit here and rotate that ankle for a nice stretch. Look at this, rotations again. All right, getting a nice stretch. Okay. Just adding that space, creating that space in between our toes is amazing, amazing, amazing stretch. Okay, something that we don't do. Then we're going to take our hand and we're going to press our toes forward, right? So we're flexing them forward, and then let your fingers slide out. Okay? From here, you're going to come onto the top of your toe, keeping it at this position. Give it a nice stretch coming back. Okay? So pulling all those toes, just hand on top, pulling it back towards you. Awesome. Okay? So it's not crazy. I'm a reflexologist, so I spend a lot of time working on feet. And so many things happen within our feet that we want to make sure that we're getting enough circulation down there so that they can continually support us. Okay? That's just a little one. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to intertwine, switch sides, intertwine our fingers. Ooh, this one's tighter. I'm having a hard time. So sometimes I have to turn my fingers like sideways almost to get them all in between there. If you can't get all of them, just do a couple, and then next time do it again with the other ones. But try to see if you can get all in between each toe. Okay, once we got it in there, we can rotate. Okay, making sure we're allowing space enough so we can get that full rotation. All right, make sure you do both directions. Awesome. Then you're going to bring the toes forward, so we're bringing them in this direction. So you guys feel like a stretch in the arch there. It might be just a slight arch stretch. Your toes take on, your whole feet take on a lot of pressure constantly. So pressing there might not give you a huge stretch, which is fine. Okay? And then we're going to come on top and we're going to let the ankle extend all the way. Get a nice stretch at the front all the way up. Lovely. My hand's sliding. I just lotioned for you. Make sure, can't be having ashy feet on camera. And let that go. Awesome. And just let those feet go. So I like to do a little bit of a toe wiggle. Hey, toes. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And it's not coordinated. There's like a whole thing called toe yoga where you can just do all these toe yoga exercises and stretches. I want you to think about trying to spread your toes as far apart as you can. Right? So we just created some space. Try to spread them apart. Try to create space in between them without your hands. Awesome. And then curl your toes under. Okay? So curl your toes down and towards you. Awesome. Beautiful. Let's get into the upper body. So we're going to go into, moving my bolster, we're going to go into hands and forearms. Woo. So let's start with our fingertips, okay? So with our fingertips, we're going to be on our knees, and you're going to bring your fingertips away, facing towards you. Yeah, towards you. I was like, is this away from me or towards me? Right? And I just want you to bring your fingertips so that, you can turn sideways, so that they're straight up. Your hands are coming straight up. Okay? So the bum of your hand is not touching the floor, just your fingers, and you're just pressing down just a little bit. You feel how much tension is in your hands? Like, how come we don't stretch these more, right? Every time I do this, I was like, I need to do this more. And I do it pretty often, and I still say I need to do this more. Okay? Now we're slowly going to let our fingers, the full fingers, come to the ground, but still want you to keep the palms up, okay? Now we're getting a little bit more hands, less fingers themselves. Ooh, my right one is crying. I was feeling this last night. All right, and now we're gonna bring the full palm down from the wrist, and you can bring a little bit of a lean into it. Okay, so you're just leaning, so you want those elbows nice and straight, reaching through. Okay, just pressing the palms down. Okay, from here, we're gonna go side to side. Okay, just leaning your weight side to side, putting more pressure on the left and putting more pressure on the right, side to side here. Awesome. And we're gonna rotate. So bring butt up, get it forward, rotate to the side, and come around. Okay, don't forget, switch directions. Try to get your fingers as flat as you can. Okay. Awesome. Coming in and out of that stretch, releasing just a little bit as you come forward and coming back down. Awesome. Okay, let's go into the other side. So now we're going to get the backs of our hands and we're going to put those on the ground. Okay, so nice and flat, fingers nice and spread. We're going to come side to side again. Awesome. Feeling that stretch, leaning into it, opening up. So now we're going to feel this more wrists and forearms. Okay, so your forearms are this part of your arm. Lots of very strong muscles in there. So anybody who ever gets like carpal tunnel syndrome or anything of that sort, these are really great exercises to try to combat them. Usually when it's gotten to the point where you already have carpal tunnel, this can be very painful. So these are really good preventative exercises. So we're going to take that one up a notch. Okay. So I want you to try to make a fist. And the thing is, if this is too much, just go back to this. Okay. This is like an amplifier. So you're going to make a fist, right? Thumbs on the outside of your hands. Okay. Do not put your thumbs inside here. That will hurt. Okay. This is also how, if you're going to fight, this is punching. All right. So now we're going to come into that same position, but keep that fist closed. Okay. So you're going all the way to the wrist. Hi. Oh, buddy. And probably not going to sit back too much. We're not going to rotate in this one. We're just going to hold this one. Oh, my left one is way tighter than my right today for some reason. Surprising. That's new. Your body will surprise you all the time. That's one thing. That's one thing that's guaranteed. Your body will keep surprising you. Oh, yeah, that's good. All right. Had enough of this? Yeah? Great. Beautiful. All right, we're going to clasp our hands, and then we're just going to make a figure 8. So when you clasp, I want you to make sure that you get all the way down to the webs of those fingers, like squeeze them together. Okay, squeeze. I want them to be nice and tight. And then you're going to get into that figure 8. Awesome. Very, very nice. Okay, rotations through the wrist. Beautiful. Okay, taking those hands nice and straight, you're going to put them up against each other, and then you're going to bring them all the way down, keeping your the bums of your hands all the way together, and then just bring it close to your body and take it as low as you can without everything coming apart. Okay. I'm almost reached my belly button. Ooh, I remember I couldn't do this before, so we've been working. Nice little stretch here. Try to straighten all your fingers as much as you can. Awesome. Beautiful. Let's get activated. All right, let's get activated, okay? Because we slowed down all the way down, we're gonna do a little bit of combination of a little bit of a mobilizing and a combination of an activation at the same time. So let's get into a static lunge, okay? So we've done all this lunging. Let's go into a lunge hold. Hi, this is fun, right? So we're going into that 90-90, okay? Foot is all the way back. When you bend that back knee, I still want as close to 90 degrees as you can, close to 90 degrees as you can, and we're just gonna hold here. But we're gonna add some arms, okay? So we're going to add sprinter arms, okay? So I want you to just run. So elbows are bent. We're moving from our shoulders. This is a really great way to practice our arms for walking and running, okay? I see a lot of people running like this, not moving from the shoulders, only moving from the elbows, okay? But when you're in that run, you want that full motion, right? So that you get more of your core engaged, moving through the movement, okay? Beautiful. Let's switch sides. Bring the other leg back. This one doesn't matter which one is which, okay? So we're going to get into that running stance and we're gonna go. Core now stabilizes to prevent rotation, okay? So we are moving and grooving, right? Moving all the way from the shoulder, full reach back, full reach forward, okay? But we're not rotating, right? So we're stabilizing and stopping rotation by using our core in this movement. All right, had enough? Feeling warm again? All right. All right, we're gonna get into a walking pattern, okay? So I'm gonna come a little bit closer. You're gonna lose my head for this, but I want you to be able to see my feet a little bit more, okay? So I'm more worried about my feet than you see in my face with this. All right, so in our walking pattern, okay, nobody really thinks about how they walk for the most part, but in our walking pattern, the natural walking pattern should be heel, toe, okay? So watching this right foot. So as my right foot comes heel, my left foot comes toe, and then I pick that up and heel, toe, heel, toe. Both of them are heel toeing, but at different rates of motion. So when we come backwards, we're going toe, heel, heel. Okay? Let's go back and forth. Heel. I want you to focus on what's happening in your body. Feel free to close your eyes. Only take a couple steps. Don't bounce into anything, please. I'm just going the length of my mat. Okay? Ooh, as soon as I close my eyes, balance becomes a problem. Always. You just want to feel the different parts of your feet touching the ground. What's working? And then when you want to add the hands, you want to make sure you're doing opposite hand, opposite foot. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Working on that coordination, okay? Opposite hand, so right hand, left hand forward, right leg forward, right hand, left leg, right hand, right leg, left. I'm not talking anymore. You could see. Getting so confused just from my left and right. Story of my life. Okay? It feels very robotic when we break it down, but the more we train these patterns of movement, the easier they become to do in our natural movement so that you become more aware of what's happening. So for myself, I know when movement is off by what I feel in my body. So if I'm jogging and I feel a pain in my knee, I can adjust where my feet are placing so I can get rid of the knee pain and keep jogging. But that is because I know and understand my body well enough to do that. Okay? That took a lot of work to get to that point, right? But that's why we're here, right? Beautiful. Come all the way back. And awesome. All right, let's hit the floor. All right, let's go into floor movement. Let's start with crawling. Oh, when was the last time you crawled, right? If you have kids, small kids, you probably crawled recently. But you didn't think about it when you did it, right? All right, I'm going to crawl back to get into this crawling pattern. Okay, so we're going to crawl. So I'm going to bring when you crawl, you're going to bring opposite hand, opposite knee. Opposite hand, opposite knee. Okay? Try to keep your toes underneath you for control. Okay? So keep your toes tucked versus flat. You can crawl like this. That is possible. But I want you to engage with the floor more. Okay? So we're just going forward and back, crawling. Awesome. Reaching through in this activation. How is this activation? Your core is working. Every time you pick your hand and your foot up at the same time, your core is working. Remember those opposite arm tabletops? Yeah, that's what we're preparing you for, right? All right, want to make this harder? Of course we do. Let's bring our knees up off the ground, okay? So pushing into our hands, right? Pushing into our toes, we're just going to bring our knees up off the ground, just slightly, and we're going to hover. This position is called bear. And release. Okay? Let's do that one more time. Bring it, knees up. Stabilize. And release. Awesome. Okay? Similar to what we do in the plank, we're stabilizing. Knees are underneath your hips. Wrists are underneath your shoulders in this, okay? That's all good, but what happens when we move, right? So when we add movement now, so we're going to do that same crawl, okay? If you need to keep your knees down or put your knees down at any point, please feel free. But we're going to come into that bear, knees up, and then we're still going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Is it just as easy as crawling? No? No? And down. Okay? So, just a chance to get a little bit of that movement while stabilizing, right? So, now you're stabilizing against rotation, right? You're stabilizing through those shoulders to reach through, stabilizing through your hips and your ankles. Okay? So, hold that position, hold you up. All right. Let's get into a duck. Oh, the duck. Okay, from here, so toes are tucked. We're just going to push ourselves all the way back. Okay, so we're nice and squatted, right? I'm not worried about your toes touching the ground. I mean, your toes. I am worried about your toes touching the ground. I'm not worried about your heels touching the ground. All right, so you're going to take a step forward with your left leg. Right toes are tucked, okay? From here, I'm okay with you putting your right knee down for a second while you're in this position. So knee down, toes down, or you can keep it up. So my right knee's up, okay? From here, you're going to bring your right leg around forward. So now your left knee is tucked and can touch the ground. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Bring it around. Ooh, that was not smooth. Let's do that one again. You're gonna bring your left foot around and then bring your right. We're cracking now, okay? And then we're gonna turn around and we're gonna come back forwards again. Okay, so now I have right lean down, left knee up. So I'm going to bring right forward and left, right and left. Okay, balance, coordination, ankles. Hi, fun. Awesome. Okay, we're just doing a couple of those. Just want to introduce you to a couple of these patterns. Okay, now we're coming into a crab. I love crabs for shoulders stabilization. Our shoulders, they need stabilization more than stretching most of the time. So most people who have shoulder injuries have injuries because their shoulders aren't stabilized, not because they need stretching as much. Okay, so here we go. So, for example, frozen shoulder, right? Your shoulder becomes frozen because I like to think of it as the fact of like, if you don't give it something, then it takes it on its own. So it freezes itself in place in order for protection, right? Versus if you had given it stability, then you could have prevented frozen shoulder. Cool? Makes sense? Yeah? Okay. I like to break things down into layman's terms. Okay. So in our crab, our fingertips are going to be down on the ground facing out to the side, and we're going to have both feet flat on the ground. I like to make sure that my hands are pretty much underneath my shoulders. Okay, so nice and stabilized versus back here is not as stabilized. Okay, I want to make sure I'm stabilizing and training my shoulders in the way that I want them to work. From here, we've done these tabletop lifts before where you lift your hips. So we're just going to bring our butt just slightly off the ground. Okay, and then from here, we're going to do opposite hand, opposite foot, opposite hand, and then bring it back. Opposite hand, opposite foot, back, 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 back. Okay? Forward, 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 forward. Oh, a little more forward. And forward. And let's come back one more time. Back, opposite hand, opposite foot, move. It's very hard when you start these out first time, but once you get the hang of it, it's a really great motion. Okay? Beautiful. If these movement is too hard, you can just come and stabilize and hold, take a break where you need, and then bring it back up. Okay? Take a break when necessary and bring it back up. And work your way into the motion, right? You start where you are and work your way to where it needs to be. Try a couple, you get one or two in, and then you're fatigued, go back into those stabilizers. All right? Awesome. Okay, let's make it fun. So now we're going to do a little bit of a combo. We're going to go from bears into crabs. Coordination. All right. So let's start in our bear. We'll start in the bear. Okay. So we're on our hands and knees to start. Toes are tucked. Okay. So in our tuck, what we're going to do is we're always going to lead underneath. Okay. I want you to think about always leading by bringing something underneath versus over top. Okay. So I'm going to want to roll to my left. Okay. In order to roll to my left, this is what it looks like. Okay. To get into crab from bear, I'm going to bring my knees up to start, and I'm going to bring my right knee under and bring my hand over. Okay. Look good. If I want to come back, turning towards the right, I'm going to bring my right foot under and rotate. Okay. To rotate towards the right, I'm going to bring my left foot under, turn, and rotate. Bye-bye. And to rotate back towards the right from crab, I'm going to bring my left foot under and reset. Good? You got it? You're doing it? You're amazing? Oh, great. That's awesome. You're struggling? Great. You're still awesome. All right, let's play around with that for a bit. Okay, so you're going to come under and bring it back. Bring it under and bring it back. So when you come, make sure you come all the way into your crab. Okay, don't stop part way, right? I can turn different directions, different angles, reaching through, around, always coming back into that flat bear. This is what tends to happen when we get tired. Try to refocus and bring those knees as close to the floor as you can, reaching through and down. Awesome. How do you feel? You feel good? Feel strong? A little sweaty? Good. That means we did some good work here today. All right. So thank you for tuning in. We did some movement patterns for our activation today that helped to activate your core, helped to train that neuromuscular connection of muscles to brain, muscles to brain. Yeah, that made sense. But training your muscles to brain so that in that coordination, it just becomes naturally. So the more that you do these patterns of focusing so that everything kind of moves together and flows better, you're going to find that it's a lot easier to move through this life. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.